Welcome to Scott Speaking Sports today, ladies and gentlemen. This is week number 12 of Scott Speaking Sports right here on YouTube. I have a lot to go over today, so let's get right on into today's show. So I've been doing the top 10 for the NFL this season. I've done quarterbacks and running backs. So now it's time for my top 10 in wide receivers. This is a very tough category because there are a lot of good wide receivers in the NFL. But I'm going to go over who I think will be the top 10 this year in the NFL right now. So number one in a lot of people's minds will be Antonio Brown of the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people have been really high on this guy, and I'm not surprised. He had a very good season last year for the Steelers, and he was one of the main reasons why the Steelers got off to a hot start last year with that 4-game suspension that Le'Veon Bell had. So I think he will have another very good season for the Steelers at number one. Number two, in my opinion, will be Odell Beckham Jr. of the New York Giants. He's going to have a very good season, in my opinion, even though he might lose a couple of reps this season with Brandon Marshall now in New York, so he might get a little less target time, but I think overall he will still be number two in the NFL in receiving this year, in my opinion. Number three will be Julio Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. He had a very good season last year for the Falcons, and I will not be surprised to see him back in the top five again this year. Matt Ryan might come off a little bit of a Super Bowl slump, but I still think Julio Jones will be in the top five this year in the NFL. Number four, I have Amari Cooper of the Oakland Raiders. He had a very good season last year for the Raiders, and I think he will be a very good wide receiver in fantasy this year if you can pick him up as well. At number five, I have Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans, the reason why I do not have him inside the top five is because he might lose a little bit of his receiving this year because of O.J. Howard and Deshaun Jackson now in Tampa. But I still think he will be a top five wide receiver this season in Tampa. At number six, I have DeAndre Hopkins of the Houston Texans. He's going to have a very good season this year. The only problem with him last year was he didn't have a quarterback to throw him the ball, with Brock Osweiler struggling and Tom Savage struggling as well. But now he has Deshaun Watson in Houston, so I think he will have a much better season this year, and I think he will be a very big player this season for the Texans. At number seven is Jordy Nelson of the Green Bay Packers. I think he will have another strong season. He's going to do very well this season for the Pack. I think him to go along with Aaron Rodgers is going to be a very good team this year. So I have him at number 7 on my list based on how he did last year and what I think he will do this year. At number 8, I have Brandon Cooks of the New England Patriots, a huge signing in the offseason for the Pats. So now Tom Brady actually has a definitive number 1 wide receiver in Brandon Cooks, and I think he will do very well this season for the New England Patriots. At number 9, I have Kelvin Benjamin of the Carolina Panthers. Yahoo and ESPN do not have this guy very high this year, but I definitely do. I think he's going to have a very good season. Cam Newton should have a bounce back year this year, and I think he will do very, very well this season in Carolina and be number 9 on my list. At number 10, I have A.J. Green of the Cincinnati Bengals. A.J. Green is one of the best receivers in the NFL, in my opinion. The reason why I don't have him higher is because I just don't know if Andy Dalton's going to be the quarterback that we know, or is he going to fall like he has been the last couple seasons and not being the Andy Dalton that we know and love in the NFL. And that'll do it for my top 10, but now on to my WWE Battleground predictions for this Sunday's WWE Pay-Per-View Battleground. And here are my predictions right now. So the first match on the card on the pre-show will be Aiden English going against the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. And I will go with Ty Dillinger here. Ty Dillinger has been getting a little bit lost in the shuffle on SmackDown Live, but I think he will find a way to get himself noticed this Sunday as he beats Aiden English on the pre-show for Battleground. The next match on the card will be a rematch from last Tuesday on SmackDown Live as Sami Zayn goes against the pay-per-view debut of Mike Kanellis, who beat Sami Zayn last Tuesday night on SmackDown in his in-ring debut. And I think Mike Kanellis will get another win over Sami Zayn this weekend. Mike Kanellis looked very impressive last weekend. I know Maria kind of blocked Sami Zayn from hurting Mike Kanellis on Tuesday night, if you remember, but I still think Mike Kanellis will walk out of Battleground 2-0 and 1-0 on pay-per-view this Sunday at Battleground. The next match on the card will be Mr. Money in the Bank, Baron Corbin, going against Shinsuke Nakamura. And I think Nakamura will win this match. This rivalry has been going on ever since Money in the Bank a couple months ago. So I think that Nakamura will win this match and get some revenge on Baron Corbin for hurting him, for absolutely demolishing him the last couple of weeks and in the last month on SmackDown Live. Next match on the card will be a flag match between John Cena and Rusev. And this is John Cena's return to WWE pay-per-view after a couple of months off. Same with Rusev. And I think John Cena will get the win here. John Cena, I think, is one of the best wrestlers still in WWE today. Even though he is getting up there in age. But I still think John Cena's got a couple more years left in him to be the franchise guy in WWE. So I think John Cena will get the win over Rusev this Sunday at Battleground in the flag match. The next match on the card will be the number one contenders women's fatal 5-way. Winner of this match moves on to SummerSlam to take on Naomi for the WWE SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And it will be Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Lana, Natalya, and Tamina. And I think it's either going to be Becky Lynch or Charlotte winning this match. So I'll give the slight edge to Becky Lynch. I think Becky is one of the best young divas that WWE has right now. And I think that Becky Lynch needs to get this win right now at Battleground and move on to SummerSlam to take on Naomi. So I think she will get that win. And Becky Lynch will move on to SummerSlam to take on whoever is the SmackDown Live Women's Champion at that point. Next up for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, it will be the Usos defending their titles against the New Day. And I think the New Day will take their titles. Will take the titles on Sunday because the New Day have been looking very, very solid ever since returning after Kofi Kingston got injured a couple months ago, and now he's back from injury back in April. So I think that the New Day will get the titles on Sunday as they beat the Usos at Battleground as they become the new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Next up for the WWE United States Championship, as the current champion, AJ Styles, who just won that title a couple of weeks ago in Madison Square Garden at a live show, going against Kevin Owens. And I think that AJ Styles will retain here because AJ Styles has been looking very impressive over the past couple of months on SmackDown Live. And I just don't know why they would put the title on AJ to let him lose a couple of weeks later to Owens, the former champion. So I think AJ Styles will walk out of Battleground still your WWE United States Champion. Next up, in the Punjabi Prison match, the third time ever for this match, it will be the current champion, the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, putting his title on the line for the third straight month against Randy Orton. And I think Randy Orton will finally beat Jinder Mahal this Sunday. And I think Randy Orton will get back his WWE World Heavyweight Championship this Sunday at Battleground. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for Scott's Week in Sports today, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to watch the MLS Game of the Week tonight, Orlando City versus Atlanta United. This should be a very fun game to watch. And if you are going, I will see you there, and hit that like button, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below on who you think will be the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL this season, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys right here next week on Scott's Week in Sports right here on YouTube. See you later, guys.